Alright, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. I apologize for not getting a lot done last time, but we learned something important. We are in fact on a boat. Yeah, I know we knew that already, but it just became relevant. Our ship has encountered another one, and they're about to collide. Maybe they already did. I don't know. Something caused the boat to shake, shuffling everything about. Perhaps providing a key clue to what went down during the murder, perhaps? We'll see. 9th January, SS Eau Claire, Nikomina's cabin. No spoils for Nash, just wanted to hop in. Alright, Nash, thanks for saying hi. I wish you played this game already, but I really want to see you play it, if you ever stream it. Maybe you'll get into that. I'm waiting. Alright, have a nice night, man. Thanks for the bits. The door had been somehow bolted shut during the ship's emergency maneuvers. Susanna drew in a deep breath and wordlessly unbolted the latch. These guys... I wasn't ready. Hold on.
Guilty rats! What are you doing in Nikomina's cabin?
It appears that the both of you are unharmed. Yes, we are. What exactly just happened? I heard something from the speaking tube about ships colliding. Are we okay? We're not sinking, are we? Titanic! That appears to have been a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? An emergency warning was indeed sounded throughout the entire ship. However, the ship merely made a temporary stop due to low visibility caused by the sea's fog. You would think you'd make sure that you're actually going to collide with something before you make everybody panic.
Ship is mess, passengers going crazy, and captain is red with fury.
Sounds like a personal problem. At the moment, only the first class area remains calm. They were prepared to die. They were rich. I see. If a false alarm rang out, then there had to have been someone who pushed the button.
You dark, shady intruder!
Yes. She really put her all into that shriek. Is that me? Am I the dark and shady intruder?
You opened trunk without asking!
Huh? Oh no, it wasn't us. It was open when we got here, I swear.
That's right!
The trunk was already open when we came back in.
Mr. Detective!
Yes?
Arrest this man! I am knowing everything! This man is murderer too, yes?
Allegedly. Oh no, this doesn't look good.
Exactly, and stowaway too.
Hurry! Arrest him for trespassing!
I mean, we kind of did do that. Look, it's part of the investigation. Don't we get a special pass? We have a detective with us. Sherlock, back me up.
Murderer, stowaway, trespasser, no end to your trouble, is there?
I really can't excuse myself from this one. That voice cracks me up. The big dude. Or just any one of my voices. I'll accept any one of them. Welcome back to the stream, Sally. Sally A. Toyota.
Ship is sold, Terry Sail. You go in isolation now. We arrive at Hong Kong tomorrow. Then you arrive in police custody.
Isolation? I can't do that. Is there a courtroom aboard this ship? That's what I've been wondering, actually. How can there be a court? How can there be a court proceeding if we're here? Ooh, maybe there's a courtroom in Hong Kong. Detective Hosonaga, isn't there anything we can do? We're on a Russian ship. I have no authority as an officer of the law here. Why are you even here? I know why. Oh, actually I made myself say it. Asogi, why? While I convinced the captain to be lenient before, I fear that will be no longer possible. Probably not. You used your last straw. Who's gonna be the judge? Sherlock? I bet. He would. Unless it's gonna be Stroganoff.
No.
I've gotta find a way to get out of this pinch. And quickly at that. Oh. Welcome back. How you doing? Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody had a good weekend or however long it's been since anybody's last been to the stream. Is there any evidence I can find that'll just get me freed of this guilt? In times like these, it's best to calm down and carefully observe.
My things! Do not touch!
Damn you! Are you wanting to be strangled?
Whoa! Wait, no! I thought we were gonna toss the big dude! When did I deserve that? So is that all a toss?
What are you doing? Now's not the time to be snooping around.
Brendan Foe alike are all ganging up against me now. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. But that doesn't matter. I need to find the one person who I know can get me out of this. Sherlock, where'd you go? You're not inside the cabinet, are you again? Osnaga? You've gotten yourself into some more trouble, I see. Why were you caught trespassing? I'm sorry about that. I was trying to find clues. Well, I've already lost any influence I had. There's nothing I can do. Next time, I'm sure they won't be willing to leave it at a single punch. Detective. Huh. You tried, man. And I'm to blame for this as well, because I gave you the freedom to move about. I need to report this to the captain immediately. Yeah, why am I getting in trouble? I was told it was okay. They must be here somewhere. I need to find a savior. Someone who can rescue me from this terrible crisis. Sherlock! Where you go? He's gone. Please, just give me a little more time.
Do not be stupid. The only thing I will give you is trip to the brig.
So annoying. Don't talk so big just because you happen to be big and have a deep booming voice.
I can do it too, you know.
But I'm not guilty of anything. I'm not a murderer.
Then you are guilty of stowaway and trespassing.
Well, people play many roles in life. Naruto. It's not gonna get you out of that one. Yeah, you kinda did do that.
Hey, it is time to go. Your sail is ready for you.
They must be here somewhere. I need to find a savior, someone who can rescue me. Where? He's just hiding in the bed. Knowing Sherlock, he's probably folded up over himself in the corner, trying to be as compact as possible. Excuse me, Nikomina, get out! Look, I'm sorry for entering your cabin without permission, but...
And do not be coming back again!
Is nobody on my side? Not even Susato is. You see, I just wanted to... That's my attempt at Russian. Looks like I won't be able to ask her anything. But that doesn't matter. I need to find someone who can get me out of this. Yep, savior, let's go. Can I go outside, please? No? Oh, again! Oh, look at that. I can infinitely increment the Susato Toskantar. Evan, what's up? Howdy, sir. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. How you been? How you been? In times like these, it's best to calm down, carefully observe. All right, getting tossed all over the place. I hope you've been doing good, Evan, not having been tossed all around like I have. It seems to be a recurring theme in my life. I'm not allowed to move, huh? Where can I go? Sherlock? What the hell are you doing? What are you hanging from the coat hangers for? Sherlock, this is not the time to be hanging around. What? What are you doing over there? Mr. Sherlock Holmes?
Why are you wearing the tiara?
This isn't comedy cosplay hour. Evan's doing good now that you're out of work. How's my evening? Oh, I just got back from work. I made a mistake. I ate spicy noodles for dinner. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to be doing spicy voice acting. It's fine. I'll be too busy laughing at Sherlock's antics. Pretty much. A true detective needs headwear at all times. You never know. Somebody might shoot him in the forehead. He's just being smart. Mr. Sherlock Holmes? Oh, yes. What is it? He's got Batman goggles. They show him detective vision. Oh, you know, I wanted to feel the weight of 20,000 rubles on my head. You know, an everyday thing. This is not the time! For you see, a detective must be able to comprehend anything and everything. I swear there were no shenanigans afoot. Indeed, I would never steal from anyone. Putting that aside, why were you hanging from the clothes hook on the wall? Ah, that. I simply wanted to experience the profundity of being 20,000 rubles. And he's lost it. Holmes is a pretty princess. Big mood. And we all want to feel pretty from time to time. Naruhodo could do well to learn from... Why? Okay, let me say this is probably my favorite animation for Sherlock. I bet they took this from Monster Hunter. The boxing animation. And to crush that cheeky hook, poking its head out of the wall with a snap. It's no use. I honestly can't figure out what in the world he's talking about. Alright, you do well to just accept it, Naruhodo. At this point. Are you that self-proclaimed great detective? Ah, hello, good detective. I've been looking for all of you, actually. I wish to report some information, if you would be so kind as to allow it. I must not be a great detective, as I have no desire to hang from that wall hook. When will you learn, Hosonaga? You'll get there someday. Just keep at it. He's so smart, nobody can understand him. His brain works differently from you and I. Yep.
So, what is it? What is this information?
When it comes to a great detective's report, there can only be one subject to discuss. Namely, regarding the mysterious murder that occurred on the SSL Claire last night. I've just completely solved it. Ladies and gentlemen, here is my report. Better not convict me of being a stowaway from Russia again. What? Why is Nikomina surprised by this? Is she implicated?
What did you just say?
That was a great voice. Sherlock? Deep man? I go so fast, I can't tell. I hope they're all good. I've brought this matter to its conclusion, and there should be no other possibilities. I shall now elucidate the matter for you. Something only a great detective can do. A great detective's great deduction. Ooh, another one of these. Deep man.
Oh, you like it, do you? Well, not many people can outsmart a bullet. So I am much smarter than Sherlock Holmes, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, I've been hoping for another one of these. I love it. You thought it was the game? No, too bad, it's just me.
Ha! Solved! What nonsense is this? We are already knowing identity of culprit. It is that stowaway in handcuffs. No other possibility.
It wasn't me! Yet, there are no other individuals who could have carried out that murder. After all, the cabin was locked from within by the bolt on the latch. We just proved that it's possible to lock from the outside, well, external forces. The entire argument's out the window. I am innocent. The culprit must have been inside the cabin. There is no other reasonable explanation. This is just like the locked room murders that you see in detective novels, isn't it?
She is right. The locked room thing.
Locked room? They're right. These doors can't possibly be unbolted from the other side, but... I'm sorry to disappoint you all, but that cabin was not a perfect locked room. Eh? Oh, it looks like Sherlock actually has some sort of logical brain in his head after all. Huh? There is, in fact, one other entrance to the crime scene. That entrance was the one used by the culprit when the crime was committed. What is this other entrance you speak of? Even now, it lies open before your very eyes. The air duct! Right. Didn't we ever consider that possibility? The air duct, you say?
You cannot be serious. You could not even fit arm into shaft as small as this one.
Yeah, maybe not your arm, but we're kind of smaller than you. Well, at least not your giant arm. Naruhado, he says what we're thinking. So you're saying the culprit entered the cabin through that tiny shaft? Yeah, tiny shaft. And who exactly would be capable of doing that? As it turns out, last night, the victim himself witnessed the culprit's appearance.
Could you be referring to the contents of the journal we found on Kazuma's desk? 1 hour and 23 minutes after midnight, I heard a sound like a low whistle. 1 hour and 35 minutes after midnight, I saw a speckled band at the air duct.
Exactly it. We've been over this a couple of times, but Sherlock is, he takes a while to catch up. Precisely. What could that speckled band possibly be? The answer to that mystery is hiding somewhere in this very room. Oh, is it?
Ooh, ta 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 ta.
Mr. Holmes? What do you mean? Worry not, all will be well. There may be a bit of a ruckus, though. You're gonna punch everything until it reveals themselves? You're expecting somebody to be hiding in the bed sheets or something, maybe? Feast your eyes as I unveil something truly mystifying yet intriguing.
Ooh.
There! Ah! That's... What is it? What? Ah! A snake? 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 What's up, Vinny? How you doing? You've arrived to Snake. Well, I could say I did not expect this. You know what else is a snake? This is a snake.
Snake, answer me! Snake! Snake!
That's a dead snake. No, this one's quite alive. Stroganoff is, fine. Doing good. That's good to hear, man. Yeah. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you had a good everything. Well, I mean, it's Tuesday, but, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me the pleasure of introducing the true identity of the fearsome speckled band. That's a snake, isn't it? Just so. Oh. I'm getting good at ellipsing every character, don't I? Vinny's taking on critical mode. Oh yeah, it just came out for Kingdom Hearts 3. And you're not streaming it? Oh, wasted opportunity. I'd be down to watch, except I'm streaming right now. Oh man, it feels like it's been forever since I saw a Vinny stream. When are you planning to come back, man? I'm eagerly awaiting. Maybe later tonight. Ooh. Yeah, there's a snake. Mr. Holmes, may I ask a question? Oh, wait a minute. I bet the snake was inside her suitcase. That's your friend? Yes, please, by all means. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I really don't think speckled describes that snake. No matter how I look at it, it's more striped than anything else. Ooh, maybe it only has infrared speckles.
Yes, that does seem more accurate.
I guess Stroganoff is just calm throughout all this. Not like he's getting his skull crushed as we speak.
It's more of a striped band.
Oh, quite the clever observation. However, what if I were to tell you that that very fact is part of the culprit's devious trap? Eh?
What? You're saying it's a trap?
No, you've just gone back into Sherlock logic, haven't you? What kind of trap would that be? When he hasn't streamed in 2 weeks, you feel bad. Don't feel bad, man. We got schedules that get in the way, you know. Life, it happens. He's done this before. So close to the truth, yet so far.
Allow me to elucidate. The time has come to reveal my findings. Do you understand the possible implications of what I'm about to say, Mr. Nikomina?
Oh, maybe Asogi was strangled.
The Japanese man died. Very sad. But that is all. I am doing nothing. Nothing at all.
Just like last time, I have come to 2 conclusions. First of all, last night your friend slithered into the victim's cabin. And secondly, your friend took the victim's life.
Uh-oh. I don't believe it because we're not figuring this out ourselves, and that's usually how these games go, but I don't see a reason why not to believe that.
No!
Nikomina is turning pale. Not Stroganoff. You know, he's still being constricted. It looks like his 2 conclusions have hit the mark again. So this young lady's friend was the one who took Asogi's life? That snake's got him in a vice grip. He can't even speak. It's better this way.
Good sailor, I suppose you remain absolutely still. I suggest it. If you were to enrage that snake and suffer a bite, it would not end well for you.
The snake will do the talking for you.
Ha! Colonel, I'm innocent. Don't believe anything he says. This detective is telling lies.
Oh, a talking snake.
Now then, everyone, shall we begin? Come one and all to Sherlock Holmes' Theatre of Logic and Reason.
Here it comes. Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Oh, shoot. Here we go again. Topic 1. The Intruder. Here we go. I love these.
Mr. Nikomina, you said this yourself. Ah, yes, snap it. I am knowing nothing. Nothing at all.
Voice acting characters, voice acting other characters.
However, you are unable to lie to yourself.
That's the best. This is the best part of this game.
Indubitably, it's only natural to feel pain in your heart upon recalling the events.
Eh? Were you not feeling pain? You didn't really care, did you?
That very same pain is the evidence of your relation to the victim's death.
Vinny, thanks for the host.
But who entered the scene last night, you asked? That would be the friend you carried on board this ship, wouldn't it?
Sounds like you hit it on the head.
No surprise there. Your line of sight shifted this time as well. Naturally, your friend is that snake.
It's not? Where did it come from?
What? However, if that were the case, one problem presents itself.
Sherlock, don't get bitten.
It was a speckled band that was witnessed by the victim last night. And yet, unfortunately, no matter how you look at it, you cannot call the snake a speckled band.
Oh. Animations are top tier. Looking to be top tier.
So then, what did the victim see last night?
Do not look. I am knowing nothing about these 2.
Indubitably, the answer to that question is what you just tried to hide.
Body language tells all. Oh!
Thus, it is that snake skin, without a doubt. Indubitably, after that incident, your friend shed its skin, isn't that right?
Oh! Oh, no, wait. Why are you holding it behind yourself? Why didn't you just throw it away? That's actually a valid possibility. Sherlock, how do you come up with these things?
What are you talking about?
Last night, the snake covered in speckles sneaked through that entrance over there.
Sneaked? Snuck.
Guided by that call bell, it slowly slithered down into the room. In the dim light, the victim saw it as a speckled band. Therefore, the identity of your friend who sneaked into the scene is a most unusual snake, capable of changing its appearance by shedding. I wonder if such a snake exists within the realms of India.
Maybe? Living hard and fast by your own rules, huh, Sherlock? Once you eliminated the improbable, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Impossible, improbable.
Next, let's get into the core matter of his death. Must be the truth.
Oh, Sogi. His band will flow in the wind and no more.
How and why was the victim's life robbed from him? From the information I have, the corpse did not show a single trace of external injury.
Look at the little hand wave he does.
Indubitably. The truth behind the victim's death, it lies in this deadly poison.
Deadly poison? Does he have venom, the snake?
And so, if that is indeed the truth, it is possible that the crime scene still contains hints about the murder.
You lie!
Indubitably.
Can we get an indubitably counter now?
Examining the corpse will let us prove the cause of death.
My Holmes voice is getting more posh. I don't know if I want this to be the case.
There should be a small, near invisible trace of a poisonous fang on the victim's body. The trace of your friend, the terrible venomous snake's bite.
What are you talking about? Snake is harmless, friend.
I would have thought strangling first, but that might have left bruises, so... I find both equally improbable at this point in time.
Miss Nikomina, it's pointless to feign ignorance.
No counter for that.
Indubitably not. After the incident, you made sure to hide everything, correct? Indubitably, your line of sight leads straight to the location of concealment. The evidence of this terrible murder is hidden within your trunk.
No? I'm confused.
When we first entered this cabin, that trunk moved. The murder weapon, the snake, happened to be rattling about at that moment, correct?
No!
By the way, the victim had heard a soft sound akin to a whistle before the incident.
Maybe a rattle?
And that is the signal you blew in order to manipulate your snake.
You're saying she's a snake charmer now?
Manipulate?
Manipulation. You let your snake loose in that air duct and called it back after a set period of time. It was unknown to you if the bite landed, so you decided to investigate the room. If the victim was still alive, you planned to just send out the snake again.
But why go through all that trouble?
And this, I'd imagine, is just what the snake was trained to do.
Oh, now it's premeditated. Now she does this for a living, you say? Sherlock, we are straying ever farther from the truth.
You are wrong!
Guided by the call bell from the entrance, it took one little bite with its venomous fangs. That venom ran throughout the victim's body, snuffing out the life's ember for all eternity. And it somehow imbuing him the knowledge of how to write Russian. And that is precisely the true identity of the speckled band which robbed the victim's life. I can only hope that my deduction is incorrect.
You hope that it's incorrect.
That's your cue, Naruhodo.
You don't want it to be the case. We gotta start somewhere. You know what? I like his style. He's warming up to me. I'm warming up to him. It's like a programmer. Get that first iteration out, work on it later. There might be a few bugs, but you know.
And there you have it. The great deductions of Sherlock Holmes have been revealed.
Bravo! What do you think, chat? Did he get it right? Snake is still in his head. Yeah, totally.
Miss Nikomina had been training the snake to be used as a weapon. Over there is a milk saucer. I surmise milk was the treat used to assist with its training.
Or, you know, it could be for a cat.
Wow.
This time the mystery is solved for sure. Yeah, I believe it. I don't believe it.
Good heavens. That was a brilliant great deduction.
Osanaga, you didn't see him do it last time, did you?
This truly is the great detective, Sherlock Holmes. Oh, please. This is but the first step. It certainly helped to at least stave off my boredom. However...
Excuse me? A moment, please, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, of course. Tell me what's on your mind.
There was one thing I'm just a smidge curious about regarding that deduction.
Ah, yes. Questions are certainly welcome. I'd be glad to answer them firmly and precisely.
Very firm, yes.
Thank you. First... snakes are born from eggs. Therefore, they are classified as reptiles.
I see. You know your stuff.
What's wrong with eggs?
Reptiles do not drink milk.
Right. I knew that. Yeah, mammals. I'm sure that you could make one drink milk. Oh, that it would just think it's weird water.
Huh? Eh? None at all?
The only animals that would willingly drink milk are mammals. I do not think that one could train a snake with milk.
You don't know. Maybe it's those rare Indian speckled snakes. They drink milk.
Ah, yes. Then surely she trained it using a different trait. Milk is just an example. This problem is not important to the investigation.
Next, snakes do not have ears.
Huh?
She's pointing out like the trivialest details. It still works though.
Therefore, I do not think it would be possible to manipulate the creature with a whistle.
However, you know those stories.
Snakes have sound holes. They're ears. Something like that. They don't perk up, you know. Evan, have you ever worked on a snake? Working with, as a veterinary orderly? I'm curious. You guys take snakes?
There's talk of snakes that twirl and dance the flutes in the land of Arabia. No, you watched Aladdin. I heard there's a new movie coming out. It stars Will Smith. He's blue.
But the flute is played to match the movements of the snake, not the other way around.
It's all a trick? Everything I know is a lie. Evan says sorta. You have a snake as a pet, but you don't work on them at your place. Oh. Oh man, then I guess I shouldn't get a lizard. I've been thinking about it.
Is that so?
Yes, Sherlock, I have. Why not get a pagoda?
No arms, legs, or ears. Just how simple of a creature are you, snake? Snake? Crawl on the ground like the snake that you are.
Please don't take out your frustration on the snake. What did he ever do to you?
So, may I move on to my next point?
There's more?
Sherlock, Suzato about to end this man's whole career.
A snake uses the scales on its stomach to move. It would be impossible for it to descend using something as flat as this bell rope.
You don't know.
But why? Why am I so wrong?
Getting mad at me won't change how reality is, Sherlock. Anyway.
Oh, wow. The great detective not looking so great. Pythons could do it. Pythons are good. They squeeze everything. Python can do everything. Just ask Python script.
Even if you send a snake through the air duct, it cannot return by itself. Therefore, no matter how you look at it, it would be very difficult for a snake to commit this crime.
It sounded solid to me. Solid snake plan. Maybe if it was a tree viper. Well, I think that's enough flip-flopping my thoughts about this case for one day. Now we've identified the issues. It's time to do it again, Naruhodo. I took care of the small stuff. You actually point out the important contradictions. By do it, do you mean... Yes. It's time to turn that deduction into a great deduction. A grand deduction, even. Grand? I should have expected it would come to this. Yeah, no, I don't even know what was the point of you pointing all of that out. I was gonna find out what was wrong with the deduction. Don't mind me. Understood. Now let's do this.
That's just what I wanted to hear, Master Naruhodo.
Master?
Master.
Yeah.
Ooh. Take a look at your hands this time as well.
My hands, sir. Yay! Can they stay uncuffed, please? I would rather like that. Again?
The handcuffs are gone!
Yes, you can see. You have eyes. Snakes can only hear in low frequency, like bass. Take them to a rave. It'll be great.
Winded. And like before, there's no need to worry. You can have them back when we're finished.
I do not want them. Trust me, I'm not very worried about it.
Now, everyone, shall we begin? Come, one and all, to Sherlock Holmes's Theatre of Logic and Reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Featuring Mr. Naruhodo. Let's do it. You said this yourself. I'm knowing nothing. However, you're unable to lie to yourself. Indubitably, it is natural to feel pain in your heart. What's wrong with the pain? Nikomina really does look like she's in a great deal of pain.
Yes, indeed. She appears to feel truly guilty about Kasuma's death.
What? Considering her obvious confusion of what Mr. Holmes was saying, there's most likely a different meaning in her facial expression. Well then, let's make sure we thoroughly inspect Nikomina. Inspect her? Oh, maybe she got bit? Don't mind me, I'm just gonna... Whoa. Hey now. Claw wound. Claw. Maybe it is a cat. Oh.
Oh, look at this! No, this looks like it must hurt.
What do you think, Evan? Cat scratch? She must have gotten scratched by some small animal. Not only that, but it looks like it happened recently. But I don't recall seeing any kind of small animal around here. Unless you... well, maybe I did, but it was actually Sherlock, like, crawling on the floor. He does that.
Hi! Hi!
So it is. Only 3 claws. Oh, so it's not really like a... Oh yeah, a cat would have like 4, right? Indubitably, it's only natural to feel pain in your claw wound upon recalling the events. You know, the claw wound that everybody has.
No doubt, from the looks of it, the wound is still fresh.
It was a fork! She did it herself! Nikomina, could it be that your claw wound was inflicted last night?
I am regretting that man has died. And when I am regretting, this wound hurts.
She just slipped while she was eating dinner. Hey, it was a whole chicken apparently. And you know, if it's anything like me, it was a tough cookie.
That very same pain is evidence of your relation to the victim's death.
But who entered the crime scene that night, you ask? Big Bird.
That would be the friend you carried on board the ship, wouldn't it? No surprise there, your line of sight shifted this time as well.
I can't with the flashing back to Stroganoff with the snake on his face. Like, are you okay? I guess he can still breathe. I mean, it's not like his lungs are compressed. Regarding that claw wound, it must have been a wound caused by her friend, right? But snakes don't have claws, do they?
Right.
You know, just confirming. They don't have, like, hidden hands. Skaven, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. Why does he have a snake on his face? I'm sure he would love to get it off, but it's kind of stuck.
To begin with, they do not even have any hands for claws to grow from.
Wow, very astute. If that's the case, just what could the true identity of her friend be? It's a cat. It's a cat. Welcome back, Vinny.
If we look towards where Nikomina unconsciously directed her gaze, I'm sure that's where we'll find the answer.
The teapot. The teapot is her friend. I feel like Nikomina just stole a quick glance at the teapot over here.
Could this teapot be her friend?
That's it! I've come up with a new recipe! A recipe for possibly the stupidest thing I've heard in an Ace Attorney game. This must be it. It's a dog. Yeah, you got it. It's a dog. They don't have claws, but they got those scary-ass fangs. Well, she got scratched by 3, so even if it was fangs, I don't think it was the snaky. Well, I suppose there are all kinds of people out there. Don't judge. We don't have any exactly right to judge. We don't exactly have any right to judge. I should write for Ace Attorney.
In that case, I will also refrain from making any judging remarks on the matter.
Have we really just decided that she's friends with a teapot? Could be worse. I've seen crazier things in the series. Hey, wait a minute. You okay there, Stroganoff? Let me just check on you. You know, the more I look at it, the more I realize just how impressive this striped snake is.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. I must say, however, the snake looks like it could crush that sailor's head with ease at a moment's notice.
It's a terrifying, yet amusing thought. Wow, Naruhodo. Sadist over here. Anyway, I probably shouldn't get near it. Stroganoff is keeping it at bay. Yeah. He's fine. This is a photograph. Look at this photograph. It must be something Nikomina brought on board with her.
Nikomina truly is quite beautiful.
That's definitely true. But if you ask me, I'm more interested in this little black one over here. Naruhodo, is there something you'd like to tell us? I just really like cats. What are you talking about? I should take a closer look at this photograph. Why doesn't she just fess up?
She is not knowing. She is knowing nothing.
She is knowing nothing of English, that's why. This must be a cat that Nikomina is embracing right here. I know it's early in the game, but this is like the third time somebody's pointed out something very obvious.
It's certainly an adorable kitten. It could even give you a good run for your money in terms of blackness.
Yeah, no, my I don't know why people are saying my clothes are that dark. They're just like brown. A black kitten, huh? From what I can see, it appears to be quite fond of Nikomina. More like Nikomina.
Hey! So this...
Naturally, your friend is that kitten! Naturally, your friend is that kitten! Right, so one look at that claw wound and it becomes painfully clear. This is just me practicing how to grunt in Russian. Pointing on point. Naruhodo's learning from the best. A black kitten, but I don't know where it is right now. But you brought it along as you sought asylum, correct? Look at that smirk, that smug face. Naruhodo, you've got it. He's ready. Put him in, coach.
Blackie is my friend.
That's your cat's name. I guess that's the same name as the Japanese name for Umbreon. Blackie.
Cannot leave behind.
What's up, Viv? Welcome back. How you doing? Ace Attorney. So, the kitten's name is Blackie. However, if that was the case, then one problem presents itself. It is so close to biting his hand. It was a speckled band that the victim witnessed last night. However... Whoa. No matter how you look at it, this kitten looks nothing like a speckled band. Yeah, you think? Show no fear! So then, what did the victim see last night?
Do not look.
I am knowing nothing about these two. Oh, you know, it's probably like a ribbon that the cat wears.
Indubitably, the answer to that question is what you've just tried to hide. No, so there's that snake skin, without a doubt.
No, probably just a ribbon. Nikomina, she took out what was in her pocket and hid it behind her without thinking. If she had kept it in her pocket, she would have gotten away with it. I would expect no less from Holmes' forte. His bluffs. Bluffing, huh? Oh, that's an important skill. I should teach that to my grandchildren. Shouldn't a great detective's forte be his deductions? Hey, if it works, it works. Don't knock it till you try it, Naruhodo. At any rate, it is difficult to believe that it would be cast-off snakeskin. Then what on earth could it be? What is Nikomina trying to hide? His grandchildren, huh? You know, a certain man named Phoenix. Oh, let me just get around you there. Don't worry about it. Oh, nice view. It is certainly both speckled and band-like, but what exactly is this? Ah, focus. Okay, I will. It's soft and fluffy and what? Oh, we're talking about the ribbon, and made out of a long piece of cloth. And there's a handle attached to the very end of it. Oh, it's a cat toy. This must be a Western cat teaser. As opposed to what, an Eastern cat teaser? They have cat toys in Japan. A cat teaser? Oh man, I gotta get one of these for Nash. It's a toy meant for cats to play with. Kittens are especially fond of them. If you wiggle it in front of them, they're bound to jump for it. That sounds really adorable. Naruhodo, focus! Cat toy. Hey! Oh yeah. Thus, it is that cat toy without a doubt. Bang!
Yes, in other words, that would be the true identity of the speckled band.
It's more like a whip.
You dangled that toy through the air duct, correct?
Wait, why? Oh, maybe your cat jumped through and you're trying to get him back. Hey now.
You must have swung it quite fiercely, and it's no surprise the victim caught sight of it.
Maybe Asogi's just deathly allergic to cats. However, why would she do such a thing?
That goes without saying. Also, please stop impersonating me. There's only one Sherlock Holmes.
Sorry.
She hoped to use the toy, waving wildly, to catch a kitten's attention. Then, bewitched by the tantalizing toy, that kitty runs home and jumps into her arms.
Oh.
Indubitably, the identity of your friend is that stole into the scene is none other than that tricky kitten, Little Blackie.
Everyone gets so surprised in the Ace Attorney games. Why can't they just be like, oh, you got it?
What a truly troublesome cat. If I ever catch sight of it, I'll catch it for you. I'll borrow that photograph of Blackie for a bit.
Photograph of Nikomina and cat has been filed into the court record. Whatever court there is. We're on a boat. Last night I gave Blackie meal. Then Blackie scratched my hand. Then I ran to call bell. Before I could move, vanished into air duct. What's wrong with it? Maybe the chicken got drugged? Oh, maybe the cat detected it. That's why everyone's feeling lightheaded. Anyone who ate on the ship is drugged? Blackie's bad kitty.
The cat knew.
The kitten. Ah, yeah. So what next? Venomous snake bite. Venomous cat bite. The cat's the mastermind. No spoilers.
Next, let's get to the core matter of his death. How and why was the victim's life robbed from him? From the information I have, the corpse did not show a single trace of external injury. Indubitably, the truth behind the victim's death lies in his deadly poison.
Mr. Holmes must be right. It is true that Kazuma did not have any external wounds. Kurare. The deadly poison. Kurare. Yeah, you got it, Vin. Yes, but it looks like there's some information that Mr. Holmes isn't aware of.
I forgot that was a command. Thanks for reminding me.
Of course. Asogi didn't die from poison, nor did he die from Kurare. That certainly appears to be the case. Vin forgot it was a command too. Let's tell him about that information. My answer is a school badge. Nope. Ah, shoot, I got lives? I didn't know that. I thought this was a free pass.
What in the world was that supposed to mean, Master Naruhodo?
I don't know. I just get this urge to show my badge and everything. I decided to just go with the flow and let the logic speak for itself.
Sorry, but I'm not confident in your ability. Maybe you should go back to rotting in the brig.
No! You couldn't have just said go back home to Japan, could you? Naruhodo's feeling the pain. The badge is the key to everything. Kazuma did not die from poisoning. Yeah, but it appears that Mr. Holmes isn't aware of that information. We know the true cause of his death and the evidence to prove it. Let's present that to... Do we? Oh, the post-mortem, yeah. Forgot we got that. Oh, I love that shatter. Indubitably, the truth behind the victim's death lies in this post-mortem.
I just knew it had to be I just knew it had to be one or the other.
Sure you did.
His neck?
Oh. Whoa.
The only person who could live with a broken neck would be that sailor over there.
In fact, I think his neck is broken right now. Viv is so tired. Oh, why? You cry. Don't cry, Viv. It's gonna be okay. You can fall asleep to this relaxing voice stream. No, I'm pretty sure that Mr. Stroganoff is human too. Not a likely story. I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on that.
Anyway, the victim had his neck broken. If that is indeed a fact, it is possible that the crime scene still contains hints about the murder.
Vinny says, oh no, what's going on? Critical mode, too hard? I don't know.
You lie!
Viv's gonna lurk. Alright, Viv. If you fall asleep, have a good night.
Indubitably, examining the corpse will let us prove the cause of death.
Asogi died from a broken neck. I suppose that means he would have to have been struck.
That is certainly possible, however, as of yet, we still have not found any potential weapons.
I'm thinking, maybe turn it around. Maybe he wasn't struck, but maybe he had a nasty fall onto like the table or something. What if this was just an accident? Oh. Vinny's crying because of the cry. Oh, that's fair. Why is this game so random? Ace Attorney, yo! And it's unlikely that that trespassing kitten struck him.
That's what you think, evil cat.
Or perhaps, if he had toppled over and took an unlucky fall.
Oh, well, I mean, I considered it, but I guess it's not right.
If unfortunate enough, that could very well have broken his neck.
That'll make me scared to go on a ship. You might be right. Toppled over, huh?
However, this is Kazuma we're talking about. It's difficult to believe that he could have been so clumsy.
He probably would have used his sword to catch his fall. Ace Attorney, the source of all randomness. Regardless, we have to make the right change. Just where could the remaining trace of Asoki's death be? Examining the what will prove the cause of death. The floor markings? Oh yeah, there's a small glass object. Gotta be it. Floor markings. There you go. Indubitably. Examining the floor markings will let us prove the cause of death.
There really were traces left over. Traces of shoe polish left on the floor.
I got a drink. 1 hour.
Shoe polish? I am not Polish, I am Russian.
I examined it with my homemade analysis machine that I carry around for fun.
You carry around a... What does it do?
Yes, my homemade analysis machine is this android from Cyberlife. His name is Connor. He likes to lick things. Beeswax, tallow, and dye. The composition matches that of shoe polish perfectly.
That's a very accurate, like, deconstruction of the ingredients. Wow. Wow, Sherlock's prepared. Furthermore, the color of the shoe polish is the same as Atsogi's leather boots. By looking at these traces, you can accurately guess what happened. It's likely that something caused him to lose his footing and tumble over.
No!
He must have then unfortunately suffered a severe impact to his neck as he fell to the floor. The instant the victim took that fatal injury to the cervical vertebrae, he took his last breath.
No!
Nikomina, calm down. We're saying it's an accident. Why are you acting like you're guilty?
I am knowing nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Is that really true? You just like that? You just like to whip around in protest at nothing, things that have nothing to do with you? When the victim perished, a certain piece of evidence remained on the scene.
Indeed, and now then. You must have desperately tried to hide that damning piece of evidence, didn't you?
What was it?
Indubitably, your line of sight leads straight to the location of concealment.
You have to go and look in it.
The evidence of this terrible murder is hidden within your trunk.
No. No.
No! Kasuma died because he tripped over and fell? Is that all? That must be a lie. I refuse to believe such a thing.
Because then we can't blame it on anybody. No vengeance. But there's no denying that the traces on the floor show exactly that. Do they? Or maybe something else. There's another possibility that he was purposefully tripped.
Well, yes, but...
Plus, according to Mr. Holmes' theory, Nikomina tried to hide any evidence of the incident. It lies in this cabin, directly in Nikomina's line of sight.
Just where did Nikomina hide it?
Let's investigate this thoroughly. The answer must be here. Somewhere. Eh? A tiara? No, probably not. Oh, looks like somebody forgot their 20,000 rubles over here.
Rather than forgot, I believe they were left there intentionally.
She's beginning to think just like Mr. Holmes.
Please don't compare me to the great detective.
Yeah, he's way more logical. I mean, it's not good logic, but it's logic. Our friend must have been stuffed inside here.
It appears that way. It's also worth saying that it's not a snake, but rather...
The kitten, Blackie. Although, I haven't caught sight of it anywhere around here. It must have somehow opened the trunk and ran off somewhere on its own.
I wonder if it's somewhere rubbing against someone's face right about now.
Or perhaps it's somewhere scratching someone's hand right about now. One of those more adorable than the other. But really, where could it be? I do wonder. This is the cabin's waste paper bin. Nikomina only boarded just last night. Yeah, there was something weird about it, like there's not much trash. So I doubt there'd be much rubbish piled in there. Oh? Wait, this is...
A piece of glass?
I can't quite put my finger on it, but I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. What is that? I can't really see.
I don't think it's just your imagination.
Hold on, let's get a closer look. No? I mean, there's nothing else here. This is all I can look at. Well, let's go. Wastebasket. Hey!
we got?
The evidence that you took the victim's life is hidden within your waste paper bin. I don't know what it is. I didn't really take a close look, but I'm assuming it. Nikomina is confirming it, all but confirming it for me.
I've seen this beautiful piece of glass somewhere before.
Indubitably. Take this fragment that was found on the floor of the Sogi's cabin and... like so, it fits perfectly. The bell? Oh! A glass bell, maybe, that... Yeah, the call bell. Yeah!
Come now, Miss Nikomina, would you kindly explain yourself? Why is it that a piece of the broken glass found at the scene of the crime is in your cabin's waste paper bin?
Seriously, like 3/4 of her dialogue is just yelling, screaming.
I'm sure you're familiar with this glass bell.
That is...
Your trademark, I am knowing nothing, will to work here. If you're wondering why, there is decisive evidence that it proves your connection to it. Isn't that right, Master Naruhodo? Master.
Yes!
What is it? I don't know.
This is the piece of evidence that links Nikomina to the glass bell. Let me see. Does Black... Yes. Blackie does have a bell on his collar. No? Yes. I was worried for a second because the music didn't stop. It is clearly depicted in this photograph. Hanging from Blackie's neck is none other than that very same glass bell. That doesn't sound very safe for a cat to have on their neck.
What if it broke?
What if it cut the cat?
Oh!
Miss Nikomina, you can no longer run. The victim fell onto the cabin floor and lost his life in a terrible twist of fate.
And that fated fall. I love the little sound effect flares that they add to the music. There's a little bell just now.
Had something to do with your friend Blackie.
Oh! Ow. Got him. Got him.
No matter what, I could not say this. Sorry.
It can't be that important that we didn't know that. Unless someone told you to keep quiet. Deduction complete.
Elementary.
I love these things. So cool. So what now? Nikomina, please, we need you to tell us. What exactly happened last night?
Oh, it was last night,
Yes, that's what we asked.
hour after midnight.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me just cross-check that with the ship's log. When does it stop? After 2 a.m. So there's still an hour and a half. No, there's still an hour unaccounted for.
When I gave Blackie a meal,
You fed your cat at 1 a.m.?
he went mad and ran away from me.
I have heard that cats become very nervous when placed in a new environment.
Kitty disappeared into air duct and then...
So, it was then that your hand was scratched.
Yes. I know ship regulations. Cannot bring Kitty on ship.
Animals carry pathogens that can spread diseases. It's too frightening to allow.
You're endangering the safety of a nation by bringing your cat on board. I hope you know that.
So I listened to cabin next door. Was very quiet. Probably sleeping, I think.
And so you tried to call back the kitten in secret, didn't you? You tried waving Blackie's cat toy through that air duct.
It always bring the Blackie back, but this time I use toy, I whistle, but Blackie does not return.
So that low whistle Asogi heard was meant to call back the kitten. I hear that kitty cats will hide under cover and refuse to come out if they're afraid. We gotta find that cat. Okay. If my theory that the food was drugged is true, maybe the cat didn't come back because it had passed out. It's nothing about disobedience. It's the drugs. I will always blame the drugs.
He had no choice but to wait for the kitty to calm down. I had no choice. Then... meow!
Good. Sounded exactly like a cat. Good impression.
I thought. Heart stopped. Suddenly I heard a loud voice. Then a huge sound. And then heard nothing else.
Asogi. That was it then. The moment he left us. Judging from the marks left on the floor of the crime scene, the victim most likely stepped on the glass bell when he lost his footing. Although the Al Claire may be a colossal ship, it can swing around with incredible force. It could be that as he was falling, a nervous kitten had wrapped himself around his feet. As these continuous unfortunate incidents piled up, he could do little to prevent his fall. In any case, what happened with the kitten afterwards? Never found him, huh?
Later, he responded to my calls and returned from air duct.
So, oh. Right, that's when you stuffed him back into the trunk. But where's he now?
However, little Blackie is nowhere to be seen right now.
Forgot to lock that trunk. Kitty wandered off again.
Maybe you should be more careful next time.
Good grief. Yari yari daze. That kitty cat's as restless as I am.
So he is aware that he's restless. He knows that much.
Morning came. I hear that man next door is dead. But I could not see this. If people know truth about me, I have to go back. That scares me.
All for your kitten, but I guess it is scary leaving towards the new world with no friends. You only had your kitten as your only source of condolence, huh? I guess he was your world. I guess that's worth risking it. Risking going back.
That scares me.
Oh, if all that's true, then what about the snake? Where did it come from? Ah, that's right. If that isn't Nikomina's friend, then why? Oh. It's Stroganoff's gun friendly with him. He's petting him. Having fun there, man. He's having fun. Why is there such an extremely dangerous animal aboard this ship? You know, forget bringing a cat on. This is even worse.
Oh, forgot to mention. The snake is friend, you see. Name is Piroshko.
Oh, look. The sailors are also breaking the rules, huh?
What? What?
The patented Ace Attorney 3 gasp.
You're saying that's your snake?
Yes, my snake is pretty big, don't you think? It escaped from cage during alarm ruckus earlier. I was looking for it. But was here all along? Huh?
Just how did it escape in the first place? However, isn't it forbidden to carry animals aboard this ship? Yeah, we knew this already. Whether you're a passenger or a crew member.
We are sailing together for over a year now, yes? Such good friends cannot be teared apart.
I wonder if he has any other friends. Real friends, anyway. Yeah, what was with that blonde sailor? Where is he?
Look here, Mr. Sailor. Look here, you little. It is a big venomous snake of all things. Who would like that sort of thing?
It is not venomous.
What?
See Porosko here? He is long but harmless to man or animal. What an adorable friend.
I do notice that when he opens his mouth, it doesn't have fangs.
Harmless?
He's just grumpy from hunger right now. Give food to bring back cuteness.
By food, you mean things like milk and such? Or maybe tiny rats. Ooh. I like when little details could become important. That might be why there's a mousetrap out over in the hallway to catch food for Piroshko. Aw, that's adorable.
Ha! Such a snake exists only in fairy tales. Piroshko loved mice. Round, fat mice. Round, dummy, thick mice. Not Alaskan field mice. They do not have a thick layer of fat.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but that mousetrap along the cabin corridor is...
Yes! It is trapped to catch Piroshko's favorite food.
Wow. Circle of life is pretty harsh. Hey man, animals, nature. Nature's scary. Hey, nature, you scary. Okay, so... Sure, we may have solved the mystery of what the speckled band was. Does this bring us any closer to Asogi's murder? I really wanted to.
It doesn't drink milk, hear whistles, climb coal bells, or even inject venom. Indeed, one could say, this fellow doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Very funny, Sherlock. Oh, Ace Attorney.
Who the hell cares? Do not yell at me again. Anyway, Piroshko has nothing to do with the incident.
Stroganoff, aka Snakeface.
Yes, they call me Snakeface. Also, hello Draxel. How are you doing today? Hope you are doing good. Hope you are doing well. How was your night?
So this is the truth behind Asogi's death? What truth? We still know nothing.
You are very well. Oh, that is good to hear, comrade.
How am me? I might take a little break for a little bit because as always, when I play this game for an extended period of time, my nose starts to get stuffy and I can't do the voices as well. But I'm having a good night so far. Thanks for asking. You know, Sherlock Holmes being Sherlock Holmes. That's how it do. That's how it be. Nothing out of the ordinary. So what then? What is the cause of my friend's death? I would like to know this. Naruhodo's in mourning. Nikomina Borshevich. I understand the position you have been and put in is rough, and I sympathize with you. However, that said, should you take a man's life and lie in hopes of escaping your final punishment, you would be purely despicable, no matter how dire your circumstances may be. Huh?
What are you trying to say? Hasn't all the mystery just been clearly unraveled before us?
Hasn't it? We still don't know exactly why. Just an accident? I don't believe that. I believe he was murdered. There aren't just accidents in the Ace Attorney world. Like, yeah, no. Did she do it though? I don't want her to. She seems pretty innocent. I trusted her. I mean, the first time I saw her, she was wearing a fake beard and sunglasses, but you know, that's pretty trustworthy.
Everything has hinged on an unfortunate off-chance accident. Ah.
I am not able to see things as well as Mr. Holmes can. But I know for a fact this cannot be the truth. What do you think, Naruhodo?
Don't look at me. I need more information. I need more turnabouts. Honestly, I had the same feeling. So what is she hiding? There's something out of place in Nikomina's words.
Let me be honest. I had thought to leave everything after this to Scotland Yard.
What? So you're saying you didn't even have confidence in yourself to find out the whole truth? You wanted to bring the case back to the UK.
There is only one reason why I am investigating this incident. It's simply because I couldn't bear to look at you, Master Naruhodo.
You calling me ugly now? This is the worst day ever. Naruhodo's been called ugly. His best friend died. And now the great detective has probably put the handcuffs back on him. Huh? You mean me?
Those cuffs binding your hands simply bothered me to no end.
Yeah, called it. Not again. When did he do that? I should write for Ace Attorney.
I felt as if almost I had placed those handcuffs on you myself, you see.
Well, you just did.
In any case, I thought to do something about it before the ship docks in Hong Kong.
Mr. Holmes.
However, there was one thing that slipped my mind. The departed victim was a very dear friend to both of you. That's the truth, isn't it?
Yes. Now you believe us. Yes. Sogi was my best friend. He was the man who saved me.
Then, the truth lies beyond this point should be sought out by your very own eyes.
My own eyes? That odd feeling I got from Nikomina's words. Perhaps if I pursue it, I might be able to find the truth. The true story behind your death will finally come to light. Yeah, Sogi. Maybe I can avenge you one last time. Well, the only time. I understand. I'll give it a shot. I'll avenge the fallen. Hope everybody got their tickets to Endgame. I've said this already, but it feels like it's been forever since I asked that the first time. It's this Thursday. No spoilers.
That's the spirit.
Naruhodo!
Now, shall we begin, Master Naruhodo?
Yes, sir.
Well, then, let's start with the first issue.
What is this? Are we not gonna have a trial? Is episode 2 just investigation? That's interesting. I'm okay with it being like great deductions if it's gonna be like, you know, breaks in between trials.
And the victim's corpse within the locked cabin. Was that really the result of an accident, or perhaps it was not an accident at all? We should make this clear first.
Well, as I was just saying, Evan's not gonna get to see it right away. I'll try not to spoil it. Just stay away from my stream on Friday. It's gonna be terrible. No, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'll try to keep myself from saying anything.
The kitten went through the air duct and caused his fall.
It was clearly an accident.
Mata!
Wait, this isn't right. Iggyati! That line of thought is obviously flawed. Might I beg an explanation? That's right. It's slowly becoming clearer. The contradiction behind Isoki's death is glaringly obvious. Simply put, Isoki's cabin holds decisive evidence to the contrary. His death was not a mere accident. What did you say?
In that case, show me your so-called evidence. Show me the evidence that proves the death of the victim was not just an accident.
I want to say it's the fact that, wait, no, that he doesn't speak Russian? That's probably it. Let's try it. I got, well, so that I don't do too many of these. I learned my lesson. I'm gonna save. Yeah. It's clearly shown in this photograph.
Ah, yes, but point out where.
It would have been impossible for Asogi to write that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that writing is in Russian, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he doesn't know it.
Precisely, it means wardrobe.
It's the badge! It's always the badge! You know what, Viv, you're right. I'm gonna get a penalty now. This was clearly wrong.
It would have been natural if his dying message was in Japanese, however.
What if he learned Russian? Russian is easy. Surprisingly easy. I know. When your neck is broken, you try writing in anything but your native language. I kind of doubt that. Unless he really, like, you're gonna play the angle that because he knew that there were Russian sailors on board, he wrote it in the language that they know. But whatever the case, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
As I said before, it was impossible for Asogi to have left that message. And the reason for that is clearly written here. Instant death from trauma to the cervical vertebrae. Instant death. Oh. Yeah, we kind of, Yeah, no, that's been a point in Ace Attorney games before. Why did I not see that? I forgot, okay? I'm so good. I never claimed to be good at video games. In other words, he could not have written those words after falling to the floor. After all, he was already dead.
Omae wa mo shinderu.
Nani? And that's not all. And that's not all. I recall one other issue regarding Kazuma's cabin. No matter how you look at it, the traces at the scene contradict an accidental death. Really? So Suzato noticed it too. There's still something that strikes me as odd, even putting aside the Russian message. And that's the piece of evidence that proves it just wasn't an accident. My badge. No. Wait, let me look at the thing. The traces at the scene contradict an accidental death. Traces? So what? Floor markings? It's these marks on the floor here. But couldn't those be left behind by the glass bell that split in two? Something that could have happened when the victim was falling over? Yes, that's right. If you think of it that way, there shouldn't be any problem. No, that's wrong. Unfortunately, there's one fatal flaw in your reasoning. What? If that really was the case, then answer me this. Why was the other half of the broken bell found in another cabin? That's true. So, either somebody brought half the bell over there, or the cat brought half the bell back. Or Nikomina came into the cabin and committed the murder. Why though? The other half of the glass bell was found in this waste paper bin. Might you offer us an explanation, Nikomina? Thus, the truth revealed by these two pieces of evidence can only be as follows. When Asogi died, he was not alone. Another person was in the cabin. Oh? We're gonna pin it on her, huh? It can't be that simple. We're probably gonna pin it on her, and then we have this whole other investigation on the rest of the ship. There's like an entire sailor we never talked to. Furthermore, that person tampered with the scene of the crime. All to escape from the crime they committed. When the incident occurred, there was another person present at the scene.
Mata! Who said that? Ah, rubbish. Oh. Rubbish. I didn't expect that coming from him.
Rubbish. Another person, you say? We already knew.
What do you mean, sir? The hole that looked like holy shit.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Got the whole JoJo in here.
Mata! You are forgetting stowaway bin cabin?
Go.
When exchange student died, another person was you. In Soviet Russia, another person is you.
Indeed, I was present in the cabin during that time, but I was in the wardrobe, did you forget? I replaced the menacing emote with an animated one. I just see them vibrating in the corner of my eye now. To be more precise, he was stuffed inside that cabin's wardrobe.
But if I was...
But if I was the culprit, how could you explain the Russian message left behind?
To be more precise, it's not that you didn't write it, but more like you couldn't.
Excuse me, could you please shut up for a moment? You're telling Naruhodo to you're telling Sherlock to shut up? Whoa, where did this come from, Naruhodo? Let me see if I read that right. Wow. Where did the sass come from?
Well, pardon me.
Ah, he likes it. Oh, Sherlock. Anyway. The culprit wrote wardrobe on the floor in Russian. All in order to frame me, sound asleep inside the wardrobe for this crime. Furthermore, they retrieved a piece of the glass bill lying on the floor. They removed it from the scene because it would become evidence of Kazuma's murder.
But if that were true, there would be no point unless all the fragments were discarded. Half of it was left at the scene. Do you not find that strange?
Well?
The crime occurred a little past 1 a.m., and the cabin's interior must have been rather dark.
Not that there's any actual sunlight. That's just the lamp, huh?
Light was provided by one small lamp. Little of it must have reached the floorboards. It wouldn't be unimaginable for the killer to have overlooked some glass.
Everyone suspecting me!
Hold it!
Mr. Stroganoff? Oh, your face. Your face, sir. Yeah, I see you got the snake off, but it's gonna be okay, right? It's okay. It's just a little squeeze markings.
This girl was originally daughter of Seaman. You know, for Dreamcast. 2 years ago, scouted for talent and sold to ballet group. Until then, this ship was her stage. She danced with band for sailors. No more accusations against our ship's delicate fairy.
I never could have imagined.
No bully. When exchange student died, you think girl was in cabin too? It's not possible. No chance in hell. Ever.
Okay, I'll believe you. Geez, you feel that strongly about it, man.
Ah, how intriguing. I mean, how intriguing. Yes, quite. Why are you able to declare that with such conviction?
Ah, you do not already know, great detective. Door to cabin was locked from within. Nikomina is not only one with alibi, he is also true for everyone else. Entering cabin would be impossible.
God. He's right. No, he's not. We established that the room can be locked from... Gonna take a while.
But now that you mention it, I have read of such a thing in mystery novels before. At moments like these, a needle and thread can be used to open the door from outside.
Yeah, no, they didn't do that. The door's locked airtight.
Needle and thread, ridiculous. Doors in the ship were built strong. Cannot be opened by flimsy thread and needle.
What you say is fact. This is a door of our steamship, after all. In order to keep water out, it is made of heavy iron. Not even magnets should work.
That's what I thought. It was simply because Naruhodo had spoken of this earlier.
Susato, you're mean. But you're also right. Don't think of it that way, Naruhodo. Whatever the truth is, it'll make itself clear.
Then, as I initially presumed, unlatching the door from the outside is impossible. But it is not impossible by any stretch of the imagination.
How so?
What are you saying?
Allow me to say this. If you were to leave that door to me, I could latch it shut without ever so much as touching it once.
Eh? You do it by telling the ship captain to make a sudden stop? Is that it?
And right now, this cabin holds a trace of that very method. Are you serious? How about you, Master Naruhodo? Don't you also know of such a method?
A method of latching the cabin door shut from the outside? Indeed, you're right. I can think of one way.
Is that true, Naruhodo?
Yes, after all. We both witnessed it. Here we go. Here we go. Turbulence. Whatever you call it with a ship.
Well then, would you kindly point that out for us, Master Naruhodo? Master Naruhodo. What is the proof that suggests the door was locked from the outside?
The door itself? Wait, I gotta point it out right here, right now? Hold on, let me save. Manoka save. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't have to reload twice again. The signs of a scuffle, right? Please take a look at that bookshelf. Look at that bookshelf. Various books and trinkets are scattered all over the place.
It is likely that they fell down during the emergency stop earlier.
Yes, there is no mistake about that, considering how massive the ship is. A tremendous force would travel throughout the ship's interior if it were to stop abruptly. As such, it would only be natural that a couple of small items will topple over.
Small items, but we also saw the lock itself jam. Or lock.
If I recall correctly, this force is also known as inertia.
Science rules. As usual, Susato sure knows about some complicated stuff. I mean, she paid attention in science class. What about you, Naruhodo? And when that force toppled over the bookshelf, there was one more thing that moved with this cabin. And that would be the latch on the door.
What?
You're the one bringing it up. I'm just confirming it. After that emergency stop earlier, I understood everything.
Aha! I understand everything now. I must be the opposite of SpongeBob by being
Squidward. At that time, none of us had latched the door. Despite that, that voice.
It's Detective Hosonaga. That's right. When the ship stopped, the door had latched shut.
This door's latch may be made of metal, but it is small and lightweight. Due to the earlier mentioned force, inertia, it had moved from its place. Could you be implying that last night, after the incident had occurred, whoa. Oh. And there it is. This ship, the SS Eau Claire, pulled over for an emergency stop? That's exactly what I'm implying. And I'm also implying that nobody noticed it for some reason. When I woke up this morning, I couldn't help but feel that something was off. The books and trinkets on the bookshelf had all fallen over. It was as if a whirlwind had swept through the room. It looked like just like it does right now.
Oh, now that you mentioned it, the items certainly were scattered about. Although everything is neatly put back together by now.
That's why right after I entered this room, I was very surprised. All the books and ornaments had fallen over in the exact same way as in Asogi's room.
Ah!
What do you say to that, Nikomina?
SS Eau Claire stopped. Ridiculous.
He's right. Stopping the ship is no simple task. I thought you were agreeing with me. Yeah. Or are you implying that the culprit is one of the ship's engineers? They were certainly involved, I will say that much.
Oh, come on now. The matter is nothing that complicated, my fellow.
What?
It's even on the walls of the corridor. Check out the emergency alarm.
Yes, that is true. In the event of an emergency, this button is to be pushed. It's clearly written in the hallway.
And it makes everything stop. Hey!
During dense, foggy nights, those on lookout cannot ensure safety with their eyes alone. As such, buttons are installed on the ship to allow the crew to issue emergency warnings. Such a fascinating button just begs to be pushed at least once or twice.
Then you?
When that button is pressed, an emergency alarm is rung. It causes the ship to come to a complete stop and alert everyone on the ship of that situation. Just like earlier.
Huh. I'm right, aren't I? I gotta be. There's no way we wouldn't have noticed it unless we were all drugged and asleep.
Excuse me? Could it be that you...
It is my belief that buttons exist for the sole purpose of being pushed.
I'm sorry, Sherlock, but you lived before the time of nuclear bombs? Yeah, that button exists so you don't have to push it.
At any time and in any way.
Ooh, what does this button do?
Sherlock Holmes belongs in Dexter's lab, maybe. This great detective certainly doesn't know the meaning of the word fear. Yeah. Sorry about that.
You rat! Who are you thinking you are? I will report this to Captain. Be ready for punishment.
Calm down, my friend. Why don't we postpone that to a later time? Anyway, with the alarm raised, I was able to confirm something. If this ship was to make an emergency stop, the cabin's latches would lock themselves. And so, there was but one question to ponder next.
That would be, of course... last night after Kazuma's incident. Did this ship make an emergency stop?
It's not as simple. Giant steamships cannot just make emergency stop. Such huge incident would wake everyone from their beds.
Yeah, but what if we were all asleep indefinitely?
What do you think, Master Naruhodo? I think something stinks. It could be that last night there was some kind of emergency stop made by the ship, and I might be able to prove that it happened at the very least.
What? Does such evidence truly exist, Naruhodo?
Maybe, maybe not, but bluffing. That is highly interesting. Please show it to us, by all means. What is the evidence that suggests that the ship made an emergency stop last night? Good question. I want to say maybe the fact that nothing was logged in the ship's log. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if even the crew was knocked out. Hold on, let me save. Just in case. And never be too careful. The fact that nobody was awake. Maybe I'm one step ahead. Mr. Stroganoff, you were on security lookout for the first class cabin area, correct?
Huh? I mean, yes. What about it?
This ship's log is a record of that lookout, correct?
Ah, that is mine.
Ah, yes. It looked like you accidentally forgot about it and left it on the desk. So, I took responsibility of taking it into my custody in order to bring it back to you. Yes, fine. I totally didn't steal it. I'm not a kleptomaniac. I'm Sherlock Holmes. Yes.
Was not accident. I left it on purpose.
In any case, if you take a look through this record, at regular 30-minute intervals, nothing unusual is written within the log. However, starting from 2 a.m., there are no records written at all. None at all? Got you now.
That is just... Well, obviously nothing was nothing unusual.
If there was nothing unusual, then nothing unusual should have been written. Indubitably. In other words, after 2 a.m., on board the All Claire, something had happened. I don't know why that one echoed. Something important enough to cause someone to even forget the ever so important ship's log. Yeah. Can I get an Ayo? He's onto something. I can hear the music. He must be right.
And that would be the emergency stop?
Do not be making ridiculous assumptions.
To be honest, I also seem to have trouble believing that such a thing could have happened. And why is that? Well, just think about it. Consider the magnitude of such an incident. No matter the circumstances, certainly we would have noticed it.
That is true. After all, we just had a taste of that emergency stop ourselves. Such an incredible alarm and such an incredible heave.
Such an incredible heave. Oh.
No matter how deep in sleep we could have been, we could have woken up from that.
Precluding chloroform, that kind of thing. Well, you certainly have a point there. Have you all noticed the throbbing as well?
What?
What could you be referring to? Your heads. For some reason, ever since this morning, my head has just been killing me.
Ah!
Now that you mention it, I have not been feeling the best for whatever reason, ever since this morning.
I haven't either. My head has been feeling heavy all morning.
There's the connection. I noticed it. So, question is, how were we poisoned then? Oh! I remember now. Asogi didn't eat the chicken. He specifically doesn't like chicken. I mean, I can forgive him this once. It saved his life, but now it caused his death. Yeah.
I'm thinking somebody went into our cabin because they knew it was connected to Nikomina's to go and steal the tiara. Having knocked out everybody in first class, thinking that it'd be safe. But because Asogi didn't eat the chicken, he was wide awake writing in his diary. So whoever was there to steal it had to dispose of him. I got it, that's it. As I suspected, it had been much the same for everyone. That's right. Now that I think about it, it's been the same for me as well. After eating dinner last night, I ended up feeling drowsy all of a sudden. Tell me I'm not right, come on. I somehow made it to the wardrobe, but I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up this morning, the first thing I felt was the throbbing pain in my head. I had thought somebody knocked me out from being in the cabinet, but no. By the time I came to my senses, I was dragged out of the wardrobe. And with both hands cuffed. There was no way I wouldn't have woken up from something like that. Oh, by the way, Master Naruhodo. You are the impudent stowaway who boarded this ship, correct? Yes, much to my shame. This stowaway shouldn't have been receiving meals. How did you come about your meal? Hey, now he's putting together the pieces, or just confirming, rather. Oh, that. Well, that's, you know. Asogi shared just a bit of his meal with me, or, the whole thing. If memory serves, the meal last night was roasted chicken. Oof. Oh, come to think of it, I ate all of it last night. Asogi wasn't a big fan of chicken. Ah, so the victim did not eat a single bite of the chicken? That's right, but why is that important? You know why. I figured it out. Welcome back, Vin. Helping your sister with homework? No problem, man. It's all good. I think I figured out the murder. I think I got it. I am so smart. If you missed my explanation, I'm not going to say it again, just in case. I don't want to spoil you now. And you missed it. Well, Holmes is about to lay it all out, so let's hear it from him. After relaying that information yourself, have you not come to realize anything?
Might you be saying that the chicken was abnormal?
Hey, what's wrong with abnormal chicken? What's wrong with abnormal, huh? Huh? Looking all... I'm not suspicious, you're suspicious. Holmes, take it away. Exactly. Oh, so that's what it was. The food provided by this ship last night was tampered with. Ow. When eaten, you would be lulled into a sweet sleep. That's kind of tampering. Yes, I already noticed that I didn't eat. Oh, I ate the chicken. Asogi didn't eat a bite. I'm assuming everybody else had the same meal. It's a sleeping drug. It's not curare. Sleeping drugs, you mean? In that case, in order to put the ship to an emergency stop, the culprit put sleeping drugs in all the food.
Naruhodo, I do think that is much too impossible of a task to pull off.
Unless the crew is in on it. Exactly. It is impossible to drug all of the food on the ship. So maybe just first class? Assuming that the entire crew was not cooperating together on the matter, and that is... What? What are your thoughts, good sailor? Put you on the ropes now, eh? Huh?
Oh,
I am of the opinion that it would be difficult to cover up this matter any further. If you do not wish to talk, then I will request an official investigation of this ship. If it were to come to that, I'd imagine that you sailors and your captain would all be punished.
punished under the crime of assisting a defection. Wow. Look at this dude. He's figured out everything, didn't he? Hasn't he? He's a great detective, all right. Even if he misses the mark sometimes. He's alright at least 30% of the time. Looking embarrassed, are we now?
That is enough. I will tell everything.
Oh! What?
I do not want to trouble sailors.
At one point, you were all comrades who traveled together, right?
That is why I asked for them for help when I ran away.
Your plan wasn't too bad. It was... I mean, if it wasn't for the murder, it would have passed off without a hitch.
You didn't have to kill Asogi.
I don't know how to feel about this. They were just trying to help her escape.
All sailors wanted to help. Help princess who abandoned her motherland and her ballet troupe.
How in heavens could this be?
As you say, last night's chicken was drugged. Heavily.
Drug chicken. Oh. Now that I think about it, there were some bitter lumps mixed in.
How?
What is the quality of food back in the 1800s that you know, the bitter lumps are just normal?
Yes. Sleeping drugs probably did not dissolve all the way.
Ugh. What kind of seasoning is that? Well, you ate it without a hitch. Was the rest of the food on this ship cruise just that bad?
Around midnight, Princess boarded our ship in agreed-on area in open ocean.
That I wonder how. Like you parachuted in? There weren't planes in wide use at this time.
Smugglers bring her on small fishing boat.
Oh, okay. So her story about descending wasn't actually true. And we, the passengers, remained sound asleep, blissfully unaware of what was occurring. Thanks to the sweet magic spell cast on the delicious chicken. Well, you know, it's magic. But then, the people who were awake on the ship last night were the entire ship's crew, as well as those who held a deep-rooted hatred of chicken. Why you gotta say it like that? And the new passenger of the ship, Nikomina. In other words, it would have been possible for you to utilize the inertia from the ship's emergency stop to latch shut the door. I still don't know if that part's on purpose. Magic. But if the events had indeed panned out as you claim, that's not Sherlock. If the events indeed had transpired, wouldn't all the latches on the ship lock, causing a huge commotion? No, I don't think so. What? Oh, I get it. Last night we all had our meals within our respective cabins. And then we were overcome with incredible drowsiness and went to sleep. Consequently, all the passengers were in their own cabin. Nothing would be out of place if they woke to find the latch of their cabin door shut. And that is why not a single soul noticed anything unusual. In other words, for the sake of shutting merely one latch on the ship, the culprit forced the SS Alclair to make an emergency stop. Yeah. I see. I get it. Sherlock. No shit, Sherlock.
I'm not grumbling because of Sherlock. I am grumbling because that joke is very bad. It's bad joke. You talk on and on about this. But what is your point?
It is just as you have heard. There is no doubt that there was a third party present at the crime scene. For the purpose of framing someone else, they left a message in Russian on the floor. And they desperately hid the piece of glass that could serve as evidence. Nikomina? I still don't see where the murder comes into play. And to top it all off, they put the ship in an emergency stop to latch the scene's door shut. I must say, it was a job well done. Well, thank you, but my best friend's dead. Can we get back to that?
But, I am knowing nothing about any of that.
Keep going with your funny jargon and big words if you want. But we sailors are not caring about your fancy logic games. We do not care for Ace Attorney.
Oh, give it a shot. It's pretty good.
Okay, maybe once. We do not believe until we are seeing with our own eyes.
That is quite the fine maxim you have there.
Huh?
In truth, I am of the same belief. What is seen by one's own eyes is everything. Master Naruhodo. Yes. Can you hear it? Cries of confession reverberate throughout the ship. Cries of confession? Oh, cries of confession? That's what I said. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any idea. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you... The proof of the crime. It is not the ears that hear the voiceless voice. Rather, it is none other than the eyes. It all stems from observation. The eyes!
You still make no sense. What is your point?
Now, let's begin. This time, once and for all, for the sake of reaching the final truth, we'll begin the theater of logic and reason. I didn't know I'd do it twice in one stream. I'm happy. This is gonna be good. So, I'm suspecting that there isn't going to be a trial for this episode. Like, why would we suddenly, like, go ashore and then have a trial and then go over this all again? I think this is replacing it. I think this is the road they're taking with this game. They're having, like, first a trial and then, like, an adventure episode, then a trial episode, something like that. I bet. Alright, Sherlock, lay it on me. Lay it on me thick. Now, with that said, it is a pleasure to be working with you, Master Naruhodo. Did you remove my handcuffs again this time, please? Mr. Holmes, what on earth is this? It is just as I've said. We are to observe them. Observe them? At the moment when Kazuma passed away, some individual had tampered with various things at the crime scene. And we are to locate the trace of that happening, correct? Exactly. You catch on quickly. I got it. I'll give it a shot. I'll point out the traces of the third party present at the scene of the crime. What? Where are the traces? You know, just a little bit of thick arm. Thick arm. Ah, Colonel. I'm trying to be a Russian sailor, but my arm is thick. Oh, it's hairy too. Those sure are some impressive arms. They're covered in thick hair. Jealous, Naruhodo? They're very worthy of a sailor. It brings out the whole man of the sea image. You know, a seaman. Seaman stream when? I did import the microphone from Japan. I could play Seaman. The problem is you have to commit to playing it every single day or else your Seaman dies. I'd be done in for sure if I got hit by one of those arms. Naruhodo? I believe we may have drifted a bit too far off topic. Yeah, but let me look at the arms though. Sorry, I just couldn't see what was so great about having arms so absurdly big. Hey man, he's swole. You gotta work out, man. Now, shall we focus on something else? Hey, what's that on his back? There's like something there. Oh, purple stain. I was kind of joking about looking at his butt, but here we are. Oh wow, you can see his midriff. Hey, look at this. There's an obvious stain over here. He's just letting us look at it.
What are you looking at? Do not look at my butt. I am very self-conscious. It is not very big. I work out my arms to compensate for my tiny butt.
Okay, fine. Okay, we won't look at your butt. There's an obvious stain over here. You're right. It appears to be ink. Looks like he's been playing too much Splatoon. Ink? And this color. I have a good idea what this could be. You know, something. Hi! Hi! Mr. Stroganoff, you have a purple stain on your white uniform.
Huh? Oh, it must be smudge from somewhere.
Would you happen to know anything about that stain?
What are you saying?
As of this moment, we are still unable to pinpoint the significance of that stain. How about we go ahead and clear that up? Whoa. That purple stain clinging on to Mr. Stroganoff's uniform. I believe it's obvious what the true identity is. Exactly. Well then, kindly present that piece of evidence if you would. Yes, sir! Those traces left on Stroganoff's uniform, the evidence that points towards their true nature is... Bump, bump, ba-dum, dump. Where is the ink? I need to find the ink. It is somewhere in here. Probably the word for wardrobe written in purple ink. Oh yeah. Now the music stops. It's all serious now. The true identity of that stain is ink, left behind by a kid or a squid.
Ink, you say?
Purple ink, a most uncommon color.
Oh.
We're gonna have big Russian dude breakdown now? I like it. You seem to have realized the meaning behind that. The Russian words on the floor of the scene were written in purple ink. It's the exact same color as the stain on your uniform. Gotcha. Gotcha! If the ink had dried, then it would have been impossible for it to stain. Therefore, immediately following the event of that ink spill, you were present in the cabin.
Fine. I talk. I tell you everything I did.
But it's not murder then.
First, I tampered with evidence in dead exchange student's cabin and shot Lash using ship's emergency stop. All to divert suspicion away from Princess.
Wow. Mitrov.
It's okay, Princess. I do the talking. It was around 1 AM. I had been keeping watch on that corridor. Princess, face pale with fear, ran over to me.
Mitrov, help! Please!
When we reached cabin, the door was open. One look at the cabin and I saw exchange student collapse onto the floor.
It's already dead?
What the hell happened here?
So Nikomina was in there. He admits as much. What's she doing? I hope for your sake just trying to find the kitty.
Don't tell anyone. But my friend...
Princess told the truth. What happened in cabin is exactly what she said.
The kitten ran into Asogi's cabin through the air duct. Asogi then tumbled over with that kitten around his feet, ending his life. Is that really it? No way!
Maybe it was something that even these guys don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And following that, Miss Nikomina had visited the cabin next door, correct? It was there that she found the victim's corpse. I surmise that would be the case.
Yeah, she heard fall, so she went to look. Right, princess? Cabin door was not latched shut. Princess could tell in single glance what had happened in that room.
I have one thing that I would like to confirm.
What is it?
By the time you had visited Kazuma's cabin, Nikomina, Kazuma had already passed? Is that correct?
Yes, that is what I said. When Princess peeked into cabin, exchanged the...
I am asking Nikomina.
Oh. Nikomina, your answer?
Oh? Yes, it is right. I look inside cabin. Man in black on floor, not moving. Got so scared.
So even if there is a culprit, then neither of these people can help us. And Stroganoff just messed with the crime scene to make it look just to divert us. That's all? Sogi didn't die for this. This wasn't his last wish.
I understand. I will believe those words.
This time for sure. It must be the truth behind Asogi's death. I don't know. There's still like an extra sailor. Oh, should probably talk to him at some point before we write everything off. Oh, yes, that reminds me. There's something I forgot. Mr. Holmes? Look at this photograph. There is something I took myself. This is something. The cause of death was fracture of the cervical spine. His death was most likely instant. And the cause of all that was a kitten that unfortunately caught his feet and tripped him. However, if that was indeed the case, then I'd like you to take a look at this photo. Somehow I feel there is an unnatural element present in it. Eh?
What do you mean? Unnatural?
Master Naruhodo, what is your opinion on the matter? Huh? Sir! Asogi's life ended unfortunately due to an accidental fall. And supposedly an unnatural element lies within this photo? Where? I don't know. Maybe the fact that his fist was clenched? Maybe he was gonna attack. Oh, you know, I wasn't thinking about this because Sherlock doesn't really know. But what's unnatural to me is that his sword isn't on his back. No, never mind. I think the unnatural area must be this area right here. No, it's not. Master Naruhodo, a word of advice. When you move to point out something crucial, it is best to open your eyes first. Well, they were open. Don't tell me that's I won't mention it. In that case, try not to have them darting around so aimlessly so much. Oh, sorry. Let me just, stop doing that. Nope. Yeah, sorry. You were just a little unfocused.
Mr. Holmes, if we were to look for something unnatural, surely it must be those Russian letters at the end of Kazuma's fingertip.
And that is nothing but the culprit's fabrication. There is something else you ought to look. Somewhere else. Try to imagine the scene. The victim suddenly tripped and fell over. In that state, Think about how his hands would have been positioned. It must be quite easy to imagine, yes? After all, you seem like someone who trips up quite a lot. Rude? How rude? Where did that come from? You know what? This is a thing now. Me and Sherlock just gonna be too sassy to each other. Fracture, cause of death. However, if it's indeed the case, look at the photo. There's something unnatural. What do you mean? Alright, let's get back to the photo. And also, just, save. Never be too careful. If it's not his ribbons, I guess Sherlock did say his hands. I was thinking about pointing that out first, but no. If he had fallen forward as a result of an unfortunate accident, then his fist feels jarringly out of place. It was probably balled into a fist like he was gonna attack somebody. My thoughts exactly. Usually, if one were to fall, their hands would naturally be open. Naturally. Despite that, the victim's left hand was clasped firmly in a fist. Yes, almost as if he was holding something inside that fist. Oh? Oh, we gotta check his fist right now! And even if he wasn't, then... even if he's not holding anything right now, rather, he probably was holding something, and then the rigor mortis set in, and it kept his hand like that.
What?
And so you see. I went ahead and investigated the contents of the victim's fist earlier. You know, because that's the thing you do. As you do. Huh? Now, what do you suppose came out, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know, the Monokuma file?
Let us see! Please, let us see!
Yes, of course. I'll let you see all you wish. An earring? It was this right here.
Might this be a crescent moon adorned with a diamond?
Does Nikomina wear that?
Hold on, let me check. Let me see. I'm curious.
I don't see an earring on her. Indeed, this does seem like the world's most beautiful crescent moon.
What of it?
I wonder what this can mean. Stroganoff is being oddly defensive. I felt like I've seen him somewhere before. But where? What? And that is the definition of observation, Master Naruto. Huh? The truth will soon be clear to all. Ah! That crescent moon in his grasp must have come from somewhere. Now, Master Naruhodo, it's finally time for the last clue. Just what in the world will this crescent moon reveal to us? Observe with your own two eyes. Where did I see a crescent moon, huh? Right here, on Triple D. Okay.
Her dainty ears, resembling pink seashells, are peeping out of her beautiful hair.
Oh,
Was her ear ripped?
Oh, what's that? Oh,
There's something attached to her ears. That's mostly likely the middle fitting of her earring.
okay. It's hard to tell. The DS screen is so small. An earring, huh? But it's incredibly tiny.
It's likely that the decoration has broken off. Right now, all that's left is just the metal attachment.
It seems that. Nikomina has yet to realize the decoration has broken off. Hey. Well, if we look at her left ear, look at that.
Her dainty ears, resembling pink seashells, are peeping out of her beautiful hair.
Huh? There seems to be something hanging down from her ear.
It appears to be an earring.
Oh my. It looks like a crescent moon. Ah! There's no doubt about it. You know, just in case it needs to be spelled out. Sorry, Stroganoff, we're just kind of navigating around here. Just excuse me. Hey! So this. Nikomina, your ear. right here. There's a metal fitting, but the main decoration is missing. It would seem as if the thin chain had snapped off. So, not only that you... Oh, you lied about Asogi being dead already. Because he would have been alive to take your earring from you. Oh, son of a... But why? You don't seem like the murdery type. Stroganoff, did you know anything about this? Probably not.
Huh? What now?
Plus the other ear clearly has a crescent moon there. Ah! Hosonaga is just here to react. Hosonaga is the true Twitch streamer. Oh!
But how?
And furthermore, the crescent moon was discovered in the victim's hand. The truth that I gather from these facts can lead only to one conclusion. Don't you agree, Master Naruhodo? Yes. Nikomina, Asogi had ripped this crescent moon from your ear. It's very likely that happened just before he fell onto the ground. So in other words, last night, in the instant Asogi had fallen over, you were standing in front of him, meaning he wasn't already dead. You must know what I mean. The earring was in reaching distance of his extended hand. Then, why? Why had Asogi done something like that? He plucked the earring off your ear, and even though he was dead, he kept clinging onto it.
Oh! Oh!
Princess.
This time, you'll have to face the music. Nobody can protect you. Please answer me, Nikomina. Last night, just what did you do to Asogi? Thinking now, too many things happened yesterday. Oh.
Too many things happened yesterday. Run from Shanghai, rowed a boat looking for big steamship at night. And then, after such a wild day, I sit and rest in my cabin. No, wait! When Kitty ran into air duct, I turned pale. I whistled and called for Kitty. I tried to bring it back with toys. But Kitty just would not come back.
This must be it. I think this is a confession? What are you doing at such a late hour, detective? Do pardon my manners, my lady. I was certain that an acquaintance of mine had come for a visit. You know, totally not blowing his cover by calling him detective.
Asian exchange student was polite. Understanding, too. He helped look for Blackie and promised to keep secret. But as I grabbed Blackie and tried to leave cabin...
Excuse me, my lady. Please wait a moment.
What?
I can't help but feel as if I've seen your face somewhere before.
Huh?
Don't even. Right. You are the Russian ballerina, Miss Borshevich. Am I mistaken?
What? No! I am not knowing that person. My heart freezed in terror. I know this was dangerous discovery. Why did this Asian exchange student recognize Russian ballerina?
I was struck by the beauty of that public ballet performance I had seen in Japan. However, tell me, why might you be on the ship? As I recall, shouldn't you be heading to Shanghai right now?
I know I could not trick him. Had to make friends with him so he would stay quiet. No other option.
As long as you realize that there was no other... The other option... Okay, there was another option. Just as long as you realize that it was murder and that you shouldn't have done it. I was thinking maybe she murdered him to keep him quiet, but... No, she wouldn't do that. So who did?
I see. You're defected.
Please, do not tell anyone about Nico.
Nico. Nico the little black cat, huh? Wait, no. Nico was... Who's Nico? The cat's name is Blackie.
If that's the case, please wait for a moment. There's something who I wish to discuss. There's someone who I wish to discuss this with.
Oh? Uh-oh.
He's going to ring bell and tell ship's captain. Exchange student not sympathetic after all.
No. No, he wasn't at all. Oh, no. This is bad. So she thought the only out was...
That one instant felt so long. But all this happened at once. Wait! Could not help but yell to him. Oh! Kitty jumped out of my arms and ran to exchange student's feet. And then... when he turned to look back...
Oh. Oh. The bedpost.
I pushed him away as hard as I could. After that, I am remembering nothing. Why push him? Still not sure. I just wanted to stop him. Wanted to stop him from telling anyone.
So it was an accident, just one with a cause.
Something that we couldn't have predicted. Oh. I feel bad for her and my friend. Both. So what? Would she become convicted? She was acting in kind of self-defense of her reputation. It's hard to... I find it hard to blame her after this. It's not her fault, but it kind of is. Oh, I have mixed feelings inside, guys. And it was then that you decided to call for help. Specifically help from Mr. Stroganoff, the man guarding the hallway.
I heard a scream and loud noise, so I rushed to scene. In front of cabin, Princess was shaking. She said, "Need rough help. If I am caught, there is no place left to run," is what she said. And so you...
Oh, and so you tampered with the crime scene in Asogi's cabin. All to divert any suspicion away from the passenger in the cabin next door.
Yes, is correct. I checked both corpses and whole cabin to be sure. Then I found him. Stowaway was sleeping like baby inside wardrobe.
That would be me.
At that point, you must have schemed to have the entire crime pinned on that stowaway. Is that correct?
I closed wardrobe and stuck strange seal back on door.
And thanks to that, it became Suzato's chance to unload her doubts on me. Thank you, Stroganoff. Thank you so much. Did I use the wrong filter for that one? Echo.
I move corpse and wrote words using ink spilled on floor. Culprit hiding inside wardrobe.
On a related note, which one of you cleaned up the broken glass?
I did it. I picked up glass shards.
But you weren't thorough enough. Oh, did you? Did you?
But the room was so dark. Only found half.
At that point, it would have been better to leave it there.
After this, I return Princess to cabin and add final touches.
And so you push the alarm button alongside the corridor.
That is correct.
Thus, the SS Auclair resorted to an emergency stop, close to 2 hours past midnight. The door shall latch shut, thereby completing the creation of our locked room. Excuse me, Nikomina. Could I have a word with you?
Yes.
Last night, when you explained your defection to Asogi, excuse me, Sherlock is just rubbing off on me, you know? You looked as if he was going to notify the captain, therefore, you pushed him. You said that yourself, right?
Yes. Right.
But hypothetically speaking, even if he rang the bell to call the captain, every single sailor on the ship is an ally of yours, right? What reason would you have to worry? Maybe not every ship. Maybe not every sailor. Benny's back. Felt so bad because you were watching the Danganronpa 1 anime. Hey, Danganronpa 1 is a good excuse. I will allow it. I will allow that much.
The first thing that exchange student has said to me struck me with fear.
The first thing he said? Oh. The fact... Something about... detective. Yeah. The doubt that there was even one sailor that wasn't hers. Oh. If she couldn't trust him, then who could she trust? What were you doing at such a late hour, detective? Due pardon my manners, I am a certain acquaintance of mine have come for a visit.
Detective. Acquaintance.
That means... Sir Asogi was referring to me, responsible as his bodyguard.
If he tell this detective, I know I would be arrested.
Oh...
So before he could ring bell...
Before you continue, Nikomina. Is the truth being revealed? It kind of is. I kind of already did. Turns out Asogi's death was an accident, but because there was a misunderstanding, she visited him and thought she's an escapee. She's defecting from Russia. She thought that Asogi was going to rat her out. Was going to call on the captain. Poor Asogi. Poor Nikomina. Now there's blood on her hands and she didn't even mean it. Well, because she panicked.
I cannot help but be bothered by something. Are you sure that Kazuma really planned to ring the bell? Oh?
Naruhodo, what are your thoughts? I'm not him, so I can't say for certain, but... At the very least, I do know one thing. Asogi isn't the kind of person to call for extra brawn out of nowhere.
But he really walked towards bell. He want to ring it to deport me to Russia.
Well, Master Naruhodo, it appears we are in need of one last reasoning session. Huh? Reasoning, you say? Yes, reasoning. Yes. My nose is getting all stuffy. What did the victim actually try to do in that moment? Yeah. Magic. Just what could have laid before his eyes? How about we take a look for ourselves? If we stood where he was, face the cabinet. Now, I trust you to remember where the victim was located in the cabin, yes? Yes. I can clearly recall anything about that cabin. Through his eyes. Even if I was crammed within that wardrobe, I still spent practically my entire voyage in that cabin. Then, this must be what Kazuma saw last night. Yes, there's no doubt about it. I trust you already then, Master Naruto. Yes. Today, I learned something important. Within one's line of sight, there exists a truth that you may not even realize. And in order to bring that truth to light, I can't overlook anything that lies within that line of sight, no matter how slight. When Asogi turned his back to Nikomina, this is what lay in his line of sight. Oh! Oh! Well, you see. The cabin's wardrobe. When the incident had occurred, I had been sleeping within it. Oh, I can make this sound like a thought. If I hadn't eaten that chicken laced with the sleeping drugs, if he could have woken me up, that incident may have never occurred. Considering the circumstances last night, it's true that it would have appeared as if Asogi was about to ring the call bell. Indubitably. However, beside that call bell was a wardrobe.
Wardrobe?
And within that wardrobe was his friend, sleeping ever so soundly.
Nikomina, please remember. The victim, Kazuma, what did he say at that moment?
If that's the case, please wait for a moment. There's someone who I wish to discuss this with. It was because of me. If I wasn't stowed away, he wouldn't have had to confer with me. He wouldn't be dead. Oh, now I feel partially responsible.
Discuss.
He had no intention of calling the crew. He simply wanted to wake up his good friend and discuss how they could help you. Is there anything we can do? Probably something like that.
No! Of course. As it stands now, it's impossible to know the full truth. But as for what lay within Kazuma's line of sight, you should have made sure what that was. Oh, panic set in too fast. We're all a little bit responsible, aren't we? Right, Vid? Nikomina. Thank you for telling us the truth in the end. However, the fact that you took away his life will never disappear. Please, don't ever forget that. I am sorry. Truly, very sorry. Oh. I'm saying. There was no plot. There was no hidden scheme.
An honest mistake. I can't imagine ever having feel this much feels at the end of an Ace Attorney trial. Not even a trial. It's just a sad thing that happened. Thus, the curtains lowered quietly on the incident involving the SSL Claire. Just shaking my head. So many things that could have been done differently. And yet all falling into place, causing a tragic loss. 9th of January, 7:14 p.m. SSL Claire, first class cabins. So, what'll happen to Nikomina? She is to be turned over to the British Empire Scotland Yard. Will she be granted asylum? Won't Russia demand that she be handed over to them? Our great British detective plans to negotiate with the immigration office on that matter. Mr. Holmes. Sherlock coming in with the save. Then, will she never be able to return to Russia? I would assume so. Even if she wishes to in the future, she will not ever be able to return to her homeland. That is what it means to defect. I see.
I'm very sorry.
Stroganoff.
Only wanted to help the princess. But you lose best friend. I did not think of your feelings. Princess and I will turn ourselves over to Scotland Yard.
I see. In any case, thank you for returning my freedom. No matter how much I mourn Asogi, the pain will never go away. But good luck with Nikomina.
Thank you.
Now then, it would be best to prepare for disembarkment soon. This ship will arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. I am deeply sorry, but on top of turning you over to the consul, you will be repatriated to your home country. I understand. I was a stowaway after all. That wasn't going to be overlooked. With that said, shall we return to the cabin? Asogi's cabin. This is so sad. Alexa played Moonlight Sonata. My exchange program to Britain, too, has ended before it even began. The two of us laughed so much as we made our plans to wreak havoc in London. Now it just feels like a far-off memory. Huh? I can hear someone sobbing. Is it you, chat? Not me. It's not me. Susato. Oh my. How long have you been there? I've been here? Hosonaga told us to all return to the cabin? I just got here. It's all of us. We're all crying. I'm not crying, you're crying. Detective Hosonaga just told me to start preparing to disembark the ship. Oh. Cut her some slack. I'm still finding this whole matter quite unbelievable. To think someone's life could end so quickly. So prematurely. Susato.
Kazuma set out on his grand journey whilst holding on to a grand dream. And then someone showed up and heartlessly cut that dream apart into pieces. She had her own dream? It's not completely heartless. I will never let them get away with this. At least, that's what I thought. Instead, the truth of the matter was just an unfortunate collection of consecutive little accidents. It is too much. Just much too fleeting.
It really is.
I'm afraid that I cannot offer any words of apology for that matter.
Oh.
For that matter. Detective, you do a really good Nikomina impression. Wow.
My duty was to ensure that Asogi made his voyage to the British Empire safely. Not only was I unable to accomplish that, but I also made his friends suffer. I, Hosonaga, will do anything you ask as a means of apology.
Detective Hosonaga, I don't want to pin the blame on you.
As you can see, I'm finally free at last.
What?
Oh, yes, you should see the look on your face. Did I surprise you there, Master Naruto?
Sherlock, we're having a moment, man.
Gosh dang it, Holmes.
Sherlock.
What? What on earth are you doing? It's nothing, really. I'm just taking you into Scotland Yard. You thought you were going back to your home country. It was I, Sherlock. It's just that, you see, those handcuffs have been fully burned into my memory. If they were to go away, that would tip the balance. I'd find it difficult to look at you again.
Huh? What, am I supposed to wear this for the rest of my life?
As commemoration, I'll leave them hanging from your wrists. You are a stowaway, after all.
Just how mean can he be? Mean old, big old meanie mean pants. Forever. Forever. Forever alone. Forever not free.
Mr. Holmes, I would like to thank you for everything you've done on this voyage. Please accept my humble gratitude from the bottom of my heart.
No, I feel the same way. I apologize for my late manners. What happened to your friend was truly a pity. I express my sincerest condolences. I pray that you study enough in Britain for this part as well.
Study in Britain?
Unfortunately, that will not be happening. We will be disembarking at the next port, Hong Kong. We will then report to the consul on site and make our way back to Japan.
Wait, please! Wasn't it just supposed to be me, the stowaway, who was supposed to go back?
Oh.
There is an agreement between both countries over who the exchange students would be. Together, one attorney and one legal assistant.
Together. What if I replaced Asogi? What if I took up his legacy? You know.
Now that the lawyer Asogi has passed away, the exchange program has to be suspended. There is no choice. No other choice.
It doesn't matter what happens to me. But Susato shouldn't be involved. Do I have an ahoge though? I got somewhat spiky hair. That's good enough for this series.
Oh, come now. The solution is simple. In other words, as long as there is another attorney, your journey can continue. Your attorney journey.
Oh, that rhymed. It's I fancy myself to be around a rap god, don't you say? Sure, Sherlock. Sherlock.
But there isn't anyone else who can fulfill the qualifications of the attorney.
Qualifications? Don't make me laugh.
Oh, your country's qualifications hold no weight whatsoever in the British Empire anyway.
Then,
Come what may, there is still 1 month left until the ship reaches London. During that time, I do not think it would be impossible to find a substitute attorney.
I see.
Hey, Susato.
Yes, what is it?
Could I possibly fill that role?
No.
Oh.
What?
But you are not an attorney.
Oof.
Oh, could you possibly be a law student? Could you possibly be serious? No, not exactly. But I defended myself in court once. If that is the case, then that possibility is no more than a dead end. Double oof. However, there is still 1 month left before we reach London. Isn't that right, Master Naruhodo? I'll study everything that I'll need to become an attorney throughout the entire month. Hey, that's more training than Phoenix Wright ever got. Not true, but it feels like it.
Naruhodo.
Ridiculous. Just what can you do in only 40 days? I won't know until I try. 40 days. I'll study as if my life depends on it. It already has before. So please, just give me a chance. 40 days. 40 days and 40 nights. That's more than a month. See, I got even a better chance. If you can't acknowledge me as an attorney by the time we reach London, I'll accept whatever punishment there is. Why would you do something so reckless? To avenge my friend. Asogi once told me there was something he absolutely had to do in the British Empire. And to that end, he would be willing to make whatever sacrifices were necessary. No. I don't want his wish to die in a place like this. Not like this. And, of course, I'm doing this for myself as well. He once told me to believe in the heart of the cards. Wrong anime. That's the anime I was cosplaying yesterday. Yeah, no, card games. I will become an attorney. I swear it. What do you think, Susato? Pretty cool, huh? Oh.
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Susato.
Oh. Oh.
Yukuto. Chikyoto. I ship it. Maybe Susato is Phoenix's great-great-grandmother. Kisu. Kisu. Well, I mean, she probably fancied Asogi more. She's probably just in mourning. Ha. Your thoughts, Four-Eyed Detective? Four-Eyed Holmes? Mean! On what? One attorney and one legal assistant. The numbers are a proper match, no? No. That's just plain codswallop. Whatever a codswallop is. I think it's just fine. It seems like it'd be fun. Listen to Sherlock. He's got the right idea. You know Sherlock Holmes, the great Sherlock Holmes. If you can't trust him, doesn't he outrank you or something? Fun? It's more potentially fun than, for example, duty or rules, and that's all there is to it. There you go. Sherlock knows how to keep cool. He's pretty good. He's a cool dude, all things considered. Holmes is in a league of his own. That's why he outranks everybody. What he says goes.
The only one thinking that's all there is to it is you. And furthermore, what's crucial isn't someone's qualifications, but rather their character, wouldn't you say? Oh. Even you have seen it with your own eyes. Today, from the moment he woke up to even this very instant. Faced with the pain of his friend's death, along with being suspected as the murderer. You witnessed the accomplishments he made whilst carrying the weight of that burden. Ah. I understand. I'll make sure our country's government understands the situation.
Oh, Sherlock. He's got a way with words. Better than me. Detective Hosonaga.
Come to think of it, I did promise you this just earlier. I promised that I would do anything you ask as a means of apology.
Consider it this.
Thank you so much, Detective Hosonaga.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Now then, I must make my way to the captain's quarters. I must report to our country about this matter and discuss our next course of actions.
Country matters. Yeah. Sherlock homie. On our side.
Do you truly intend to begin studying law from here on?
Yes, and if it's okay with you, could you possibly teach me everything about being an attorney? And how to love? No? Okay, just the attorney stuff then.
Of course. I'd be happy to lend a hand. I am a legal assistant after all.
Nice try though. Thank you so much. Domo arigato. Arigato gozaimasu.
Now, following that, Naruhodo. If it would please you, I would like you to accept this.
Just stabs him. What? Are you sure I should have this? Like, are you actually sure I should have this? People might, like, give me weird looks if I just walk around with a sword.
I'm sure Kazuma would wish for this as well.
I didn't agree for that. I wanted to be buried with it, damn it!
What was that? I feel like I heard the ghost of Asogi.
Yeah, give me back that sword. I need it.
It's a famed blade that has been passed down through the Asogi family for generations. I am told its name is Karma.
Hopefully not Von Karma. That's different. Corn syrup. Hey, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Okay, I'll gladly accept this. You kind of missed kind of everything. You found out who killed our best friend. And now we're learning to move on. Oh good, you remembered. Yes, you are. I remembered. So, once again, I look forward to working with you, Susato. And I call you Susie. Corn syrup knows anyway. Yeah, I'm imagining it at this point. I'm way behind everyone else who's played this.
I will be looking forward to working with you as well, Naruhodo. I will not allow you even a single moment's rest throughout the next 40 days. If you know what I mean.
Oh. Oh. Oh! That was cute.
I shall follow through with you thoroughly.
Okay, now you're just trying to start the innuendo. Follow through with you thoroughly. Top to bottom, head to toe.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Susie.
The truth is, I have one more request to ask of you.
Huh? Oh, yes. What might that be?
Please. Toss me 3 times.
Are we still talking about innuendos? Do I minus 3 tosses from the Susato toss counter? Huh?
During the investigation, it was always clear that you would never do anything to hurt your dear friend Kazuma.
That is undeniable. And I knew that from the very beginning. Despite that, however, I came to suspect you. No matter how shaken up I may have been, it was an awful thing to do. It was pretty funny, though. No! It was completely understandable in that situation. Hold on, let me just add tosses that have been missing from the, Toss. Plus. And again. And again. It happened at least 3 times during the investigation. Now, no, it was completely understandable in that situation. The room was locked from the inside, and I was... No! I do not want to hear any excuses. The reason does not matter. Tossing you at all was terrible. And not just once, but 5 times. Oh, 5, huh? Wait, but one of those was repeatable. Pretty sure she didn't do it that much. I'm pretty sure she did it more. We have the counter in chat. It says 9 right now. So come on, do it. Am I really gonna toss her? Toss her salad? Toss me right over with no hesitation. No, 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 no. I've never even tossed anyone before in the first place. Yes, well, it is indeed not something that just anyone can do. Here, I'll do it. Sherlock!
Mr. Holmes.
I've seen it countless times already, but I still can't get enough of that wonderful toss. Here, how about you toss me? And just where was he watching that from? Was it when he was inside the closet, or was it when he was hanging from the coat hangers? I have a sneaking suspicion that Sherlock wishes he was a piece of clothing. That's all he ever shows up in. Toss them all around. I suppose that would be an example of your so-called Japanese martial arts? Karate?
Yes, it's a technique passed down from long ago, but with my own unique style.
It's apparently called the Susato toss. If you ever get tossed, you'll be seeing stars. Oh, ho, ho. That is quite intriguing. Yes, I would like to see it. You see, I happen to be quite the skilled boxer. Yes, 1, 2, 1, 2, eh? Yes, Mama said knock you out, eh? That's me, that's right. I'll give you a box, give you 1, 2, eh? Wait, her name is Susato? My mind is blown. What did you think her name was, Vinny? Why is he dancing now? Or did they not have boxing in Japan? Well, you know, they're gonna hold a boxing tournament in the Olympics in Tokyo, so, you know, they have they have about like 200 years to learn what it is. Vinny just realized that it's called the Susato toss because her name is Susato. Don't be mad. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm not mad. I'm just amused. It's okay, Vinny. It's okay. We all have our times. If you would be so kind, would you teach me that wonderful toss of yours?
It would be my honor.
Do it. Toss him. Might you try tossing something now, then? It would be a great place to start my studies. No, please don't toss me. I'm not something. I would be glad to. Oh, no. Now then, Naruhodo, do excuse me. What are you doing? Don't come any closer. Huh? Oh! Ah! Rip. I'm just gonna add 1 to the counter. I was prepared to -3.
And that is how it's done. The whole toss has to come from your gut.
Amazing! I can see a blurry Sherlock. So this is the legendary technique, the Susato toss.
No, this would be the deadly Susato drop.
Why is it deadly? You want me to join a Sogi? Jeez. Huh. Very funny, guys. Help me up, please. Also, uncuff me. Am I not still cuffed? Sherlock. within my fading consciousness. The scene from that night flashed by in my head for an instant. Oh. Karma? No. Another murder? Yes. This is the great katana passed down through the Asogi family for generations. And I'm still surprised that the government was okay with it. Bringing a Japanese sword into the British Empire on an exchange program is a little... wow. I just had to get a good look at it. The katana lies at the heart of our culture. I can't allow this to leave my side. No matter what, it'll always be here, guiding me forward. That's what I believe. Yeah. No matter what. One great strike to end all evil. That kind of attitude really suits you. Yeah, for great justice and something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right. There is something I absolutely have to do, no matter what. And to that end, I will make whatever sacrifices are necessary. And I would be grateful if you would see that through with me. Of course. I swear it. I'll see this through with you to the very end. The very end. I knew you would say that. I bet. Oh, good boy, Asogi. What Asogi said at that moment about what he had to do, I still don't fully understand what that goal might be. It's something I'll have to find out for myself, I guess. But I'll seek it out with my own eyes. In the British Empire's capital, London. Oh, 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 bravo, bravo. Oh, the end. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, okay, okay. At first I liked where the game was going with the trials. Still iffy on the overall story. I'm hooked now. I'm confident this is going to be a fantastic Ace Attorney game. Yes, The Adventure of the Runaway Room, huh? Oh, yes. Clap, clap. This is good. This is excellent. I can't wait. I can't wait to play more of this. The feels trip. Totally unexpected. I mean, at least for the Ace Attorney series. I can't remember the last time I cried. I mean, I didn't actually cry, but I felt very sad. I almost cried. But we'll continue this next time. Episode 3, The Adventure of the Runaway Room. I hope you enjoyed this stream. That was Ace Attorney, the great Ace Attorney, for tonight. It gets the feels going. So, let's end it. Oh my god. That's good. That's good shit. Well, anybody who was around, anybody who was lurking or happened to be watching silently, thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying what I do. I just play games, hope people watch, and if they do, I'm happy. Thanks for being here, Vin. Corn Syrup, if you're still around. I know Skevin was here earlier. Viv might be asleep. Jiraxel, thank you for showing up. Also, Evan as well. Everybody, thank you for being here. If you haven't already, you can follow me on Twitch to catch me live next time I stream this or other games like it, like Danganronpa, you know? And you can also check out my YouTube for past videos, or if you can't catch the stream live, you can also check it out there. You won't get the Twitch chat, but if the video is older than 2 months, then it's not gonna be on Twitch, so unfortunate. And yeah, also check out the Twitter for updates about when I'm streaming. And if you're on Twitch, you could also check out the Discord link. I only posted on the Twitch chat, so you gotta see it live. You gotta be here live to get it. My pleasure, Chris. Oh, thank you, Vin. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, you. So as usual, people show up during the end of my stream for some reason. Hello, bye. We just finished episode 2 of The Great Ace Attorney. Next time I'll be playing it. Next time not next time I stream. Next time, probably tomorrow will be a Smash night. What do you think, Vin? Wednesday? Smash night? I need to practice more. I need to get back into it. Smash! I haven't played since last Wednesday, so you know, people haven't had an entire week to get good at Joker. I have not. I very much have not. But, we'll see. We'll see. I'll put up a poll saying, or not a poll, but I'll open up recommendations for like custom stages to download, Mii Fighter costumes, all that good stuff from the repository of totally non-phallic objects that Smash has now. But yeah, if you're on the YouTube video, I'm just rambling on now. So have a good night. Stay cool. I'm not gonna say the other thing. We stopped doing Stay Clucky. It's not a thing. It's not gonna happen. All right, goodbye.